Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg. Today we're going to take a look at the Eton American Red Cross Rover self-powered AM/FM NOAA weather radio with flashlight and USB cell phone charger. So you probably have a lot of gadgets. If you're watching this video, you're probably into gadgets. Have you ever stopped to think though, how many of those gadgets are of vital importance to your life? Probably not many, maybe your cell phone, maybe one or two others, but an item like the Rover, which is a self-powered radio that you can use in times of emergency, might just save your life one day by giving you important information about weather events, allowing you to see in the dark, as well as recharge your mobile phone on the go using nothing but the power of your hand. So this is a pretty cool device. It sells right now for $49.95. Let's get into it now and we'll take a up close and personal look at the Rover. So let's first crack open the packaging and I'll show you what's included inside the box, and then we'll get into each of the specific features of the Rover itself. Here is the radio. I'm going to get that out of the way. Underneath here are a couple items. One is a USB charging cable. This is a mini USB cable that you can use to recharge the battery that is in the Rover if you don't want to use the hand crank. I'll get to the hand crank feature in a second, but basically you hook this up to your USB port on your computer and that will recharge the Rover's internal battery. It takes about 5 hours to fully recharge the battery using this cable. We've also got a hand strap that you can attach to the Rover if you want to, put this around your wrist or carry it in your hand with the strap. There's also some instructions in the box. We're not going to get into that now, but you have a quick start guide and an instruction manual. Here is the Rover itself. You can see it's not too large, fits just safely right about in my hand. Not too big, not real heavy, so it's really easily portable. You can transport it around. It will fit in small spaces like your glove compartment, on your boat, or in your junk drawer at home. As far as the recharging feature that I already mentioned, it has this aluminum hand crank on the back that you flip open and then simply start to crank. Now as you do so, there is a light that illuminates on the front. You can see it there hopefully, and that allows or indicates that the Rover is now receiving power. If you crank this crank for about 90 seconds, you give the Rover 15 minutes of battery use. So, if you leave it for a while and the battery's dead and you want to start, listening to information or using some of the other features, all you do is flip open the crank it for around 90 seconds, and you'll get 15 minutes of battery life out of it. You can obviously crank it longer for more battery life. So it features a bunch of different features which I'll go over right now. The first of which is a 3 LED light that is controlled by this rubberized switch at the top. Click it on, the light illuminates, allowing you to see in the dark. If you lose power, this could come, quite handy for seeing in the dark. So you can use the light while the other functions are going on. It'll obviously decrease the amount of overall power you get, but you can use all of the functions at the same time. Where this thing really comes in handy is the radio feature. It has two controls here on the left. One for turning the unit on and then controlling the volume, and then the lower for tuning into radio stations, and then the large silver knob is the selector switch. So first let's go over the weather feature. This has access to all 7 of the NOAA weather band radio stations that give you weather information in your area. So I'm going to turn the volume up.
The pressure was 30.16 inches and rising. At Lancaster, it was mostly sunny.
So right now you're hearing weather based on my local area. Wherever you are, you'll tune to the station that gives you the best reception and will allow you to pick up local weather information specific to your area. This is always broadcasted, and in times of emergencies, especially like some of the things we've been seeing, awful things we've been seeing down in the south with tornadoes, something like this would come in great handy where you've already lost power, you don't have a radio around, you crank this thing up and you're able to access information about storms and if they're coming near you and if you should seek shelter right by using the hand crank power of your arm. Now you can also flip to AM or FM. I'm in my basement right now. Not sure exactly how much reception I'll be able to get, but you can flip to AM and FM and then tune in to stations. If you want to increase the reception, you can pop open the antenna and use it to tune in better. There's a station there. Turn it up a little bit. And then you can stand it up like so, hands-free, and now listen to your music, AM, FM, you know, whatever you so choose, right from the radio. Let's turn that off. The final feature that I want to show you, which I think is super cool, is underneath on the bottom side, you see this rubberized port that's covered. When you peel this back, there are 3 different ports. One is the USB in. That's what you use the included USB cable to recharge the Rover's battery with. The one all the way to the right is a 3.5mm headset jack that you can use to listen to the Rover, you know, hands-free so no one can hear with earbuds. And then the middle one is that cell phone recharging port that you can use to recharge your mobile phone. So if your phone is about to die, you're out and about, it's an emergency, you want to make sure that, you know, you're able to keep in contact with your friends and family, simply crank the handle, give it some power, plug in your cable directly to this port, and you'll be able to recharge your mobile phone on the go. So I've got my iPhone 4 right here. I have a cable from Scotia. You can use any, you know, USB cable. The iPhone cable works just fine. And you simply plug it into this port like so. Make sure it's in the right way. Let's see, is it? Yes, it is. Plug the other end into the iPhone like so. And then on here, flip the power all the way over to cell. You can see now if I clear my notifications, my iPhone 4 is now charging. The power right now is on the Rover. All of the power has switched from the Rover, you know, from all the other features, and is now going towards the recharging of my iPhone 4. You'll get about 15 minutes of recharge from a full Rover battery. So that'll equate to a nice amount of talk time, you know, if you need to do so in an emergency and you need to use your mobile phone. You can recharge it up and get, you know, a significant amount of talk time off your phone from the battery in the Rover. So the Eton Red Cross Rover, I think, is a super cool, you know, gadget to have, not only around the house, but maybe in your glove box, on your boat if you have one. I could definitely see having more than one of these in a variety of locations just because of all of the features it offers. There's a lot of quote-unquote weather radios or emergency radios out there, but none are as feature-rich as this. Most, first of all, use regular batteries, which can, you know, not only run out, but, you know, you have to always make sure you have them on hand. This, with the hand crank, ensures that you'll always be able to power it, really no matter where you are. It's easy to crank the hand crank. My 5-year-old tried it and had no issues using it at all. In addition to running off the battery, it also has other features other than just being a weather radio, like the flashlight and, probably most importantly, this mobile phone recharging unit, and of course the ability to charge it with the USB. You know, if you want to make sure that it's always topped off, you know, like your external batteries that you use for your mobile devices, simply plug this into your computer, let it fully recharge, and then it will have enough juice to get you going. You know, at a moment's notice, you can grab it and go. So the Eton Red Cross Rover is available now. You can check it out on the Eton website, which I'll put a link to in the video description. It's available for purchase directly from Brookstone, and it sells for $49.95. I'll put a link in the video description where you can learn more about it. If you have any questions, you know, you can always drop me a line. Otherwise, you have a great day.